Indeed, that's a very positive development. President William Ruto has directed that all schools be reopened next week on Monday. That's the May 13th for the second term. This comes days after the head of state postponed the schools reopening following the rains and floods that have ravaged the country. As Ann Musungu now reports, majority of schools have suffered infrastructure damage.
It is now official that schools will reopen on Monday, May 13th, for the second term. 2 weeks ago, the Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu postponed the reopening of schools for second term until May 6th due to flooding.
Honorable members of Parliament.
However, days later, President William Ruto issued a directive postponing opening of schools indefinitely.
All schools will be opened on Monday next week, and therefore parents must prepare their children to go to school.
Majority of schools have suffered infrastructure damage due to heavy rains.
At one point, you'll find spots leaking in a few classes. That's what we have been fixing. The same case with the dormitory. Also in the compound, we have really been dealing with the drainage so that we are able to drain the water. You can see our school ground is lower compared to the road. You see, Thika Road, Juja Road is higher, and therefore we get a bit of water.
Some teachers say they are ready for the second term. However, they have raised concerns over recovery of lost time.
Of course, the school is well prepared with measures on how we are going to cover the syllabus on time, so that the lost time, we can be able to recover it. And we also pray that the government, the Ministry of Education, will come up with measures maybe of extending the closing maybe by 2 weeks, even the final exam this year, so that no student is going to be disadvantaged.
However, Embakasi East MP Babu Owino has criticized the government's decision to reopen schools despite the ongoing heavy rainfall across the country.
Without proper measures being put in place, with the current weather that we have that is fluctuating, where the rain falls everywhere, these school-going children, they go to school, they have floods, they can't be swept away by these floods. Why can't we be very clear? Why can't we know clearly that the rains will stop? If they will stop from Monday, what has been done so far to the existing schools in terms of clearing the mud in the schools, clearing the conditions, the environment in different schools?
All eyes are on the government to see how it will address the flooding situation as schools resume despite continued rainfall. After a 2 weeks extension of school closure, schools are set to reopen next week. Questions still surround the preparedness of schools to cater for this time lost. Ann Musungu, KTN News, Nairobi.
After the break,